I've watched over 25 hours of Andrew Huberman's podcast on sleep and his interviews with Matthew Walker. And these are the notes I've taken on what they said on the impact of cannabis, alcohol, and caffeine on sleep. Cannabis can be broken down into THC and CBD. THC can speed up the time it takes to fall asleep, but it has two major issues. First, THC blocks REM sleep. REM, or rapid eye movement, is the part of the sleep cycle when we dream. We all dream, even if we don't remember it. REM sleep is critical for learning, memory, and mental health. REM is like therapy or emotional first aid. REM is also vital for hormones like growth hormone and testosterone. So THC blocks REM. The second issue with THC is withdrawal and dependency. If someone uses THC for sleep, they develop a tolerance, and later on, they would need a higher dose for the same effect. And stopping it could lead to severe rebound insomnia and very vivid, intense dreams. Because remember, you didn't have enough dreams, so it was blocked. Now, when you stop it, you have all this rebound of these vivid dreams. Moving on to CBD. CBD is a component in cannabis that does not make you high. At low doses, it can actually make you feel more awake, but at the higher doses, roughly above 25 milligrams or higher, it could increase sleepiness and reduce anxiety. A critical issue with the over-the-counter supplements like CBD is lack of regulation, and the actual dose in the bottle does not match what is mentioned on the bottle, so you cannot know how much you're actually taking. Also, people 18 years old or younger should not be consuming cannabis because the brain is still developing. Now, alcohol. Alcohol is not a sleep aid. Alcohol is in the class of sedative drugs, and sedation is not a sleep. The second issue with alcohol is that it fragments your sleep, and it will make you wake up many more times throughout the night, even though you may not remember them. The third problem with alcohol is that it is quite potent at blocking your REM sleep. And as we said, REM is important in many ways. One study that Walker mentions showed that alcohol-laced sleep reduces the release of growth hormone to less than half. And growth hormone is vital for metabolism and tissue repair. Now, caffeine. Caffeine blocks the brain's receptors to signals of sleepiness. On caffeine, we don't feel sleepy, even though our body needs sleep. Caffeine is in coffee, chocolate, teas, energy drinks, and some medications. But decaffeinated coffee is not too bad. Avoid caffeine at least 6 hours before bedtime. People have different levels of sensitivity to caffeine, and as we get older, we become more sensitive to caffeine, which means instead of 6 hours before bed, perhaps we need to stop it earlier. The time it takes for the caffeine to break in your body and reduce by half is about 6 hours, and it takes about 12 hours to get to 1/4 of the amount consumed. There are genetic differences that make some people clear caffeine faster, but as a rule of thumb, take your bedtime and go back 10 hours, and that's the cutoff time for caffeine. And from there, you can adjust it to yourself. For people who keep drinking coffee until the evening, even if they fall asleep okay, the problem is that the depth of their deep sleep drops by 30%. They wake up the next morning not feeling that restored, so they drink more coffee, and this becomes a dependency cycle. I have made more videos summarizing Huberman Lab podcast on sleep and other topics, so if you're interested in hearing more summaries, subscribe and follow along.